Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Tandem Trail. Today, we're taking the Pikes Peak Highway to get to Pikes Peak on top of the mountain. We love that drive. We love that mountain. Rockies are really, really beautiful in that part of the state, and we love every single bit of it. So we're taking the Pikes Peak Highway. It's a toll road. Um, it's been constructed in 1915 by a really prominent explorer, business person, and phenomenal guy for the region called Spencer Penrose, together with his wife Julie Penrose. Um, we will talk about them quite a lot in the future. But this is a 19-20 mile route, and it's not really just a road. It's an adventure. It's a gateway to adventure. It also has so much history and such phenomenal, spectacular views of quite a portion of the Rocky Mountains here in Colorado, that almost every step is a breathtaking step. Um, by itself, Pikes Peak and the mountain around it is just phenomenal. Um, it it actually is rising 14,115 feet above the sea level. Just look at it. It's just magnificent. This is 4,302 meters above sea level. It is standing west of Colorado Springs, and it's really beautiful. The city is nestled in its skirts, so it's really great. Long before Europeans arrived here, Pikes Peak was known as Tava, or the Sun Mountain. There are at least three indigenous people that were inhabiting the area. That's the Ute tribes, and it was also revered and respected of the other two, Arapaho and Cheyenne. For these communities, the mountain was really a sacred place, a site, and there are still sites for prayer, vision quests, seasonal ceremonies. Rituals often involved sacred objects like eagles, feathers, specific medicine bundles and herbs were collected. Even today, the Ute and other tribes continue to honor these traditions, working with land agencies and local agencies around Colorado Springs, and especially U.S. Forest Service, to both protect and educate, to protect those sites and educate the public about what that mountain meant to them. In very early 1800s, I think 1806, there was an explorer called Zebulon Pike that gave the name of its modern name. They gave its name to the mountain, although he never actually managed to get to the top, to the summit. The mountain gained really national fame during the Colorado Gold Rush that started in 1858 and continued a little into the 20th century. So the biggest boom was between 1858 and 1870, but then the exploration continued. Although the golden ore started to deplete, it continued well into the 20th century. We just passed those two bikers, by the way. They're absolute heroes. You're going to. I can't tell you how mesmerized I am by those people that are actually biking up. This is 20 miles of really steep climb. Another thing about Pikes Peak was that it was the inspiration for one phenomenal song here in America. It's called America the Beautiful. In 1893, um, uh, the poem was written by Catherine Lee Bates, and it was inspired by a trip to Pikes Peak. So it's really a significant place, um, and and that scenic toll road that we are driving, uh, it goes to the absolute top, to the summit of Pikes Peak. Uh, as I said, it's constructed in 1915 to actually attract people for the tourists to the magnificent area which is around Pikes Peak. As you ascend, you travel through lush forests, and we pass that. Phenomenal alpine lakes, several, and eventually reach the tundra near the summit, and this is it. We pass the timberline quite back there, but look at that sheer drop, and look to the magnificent view to the right, and that is all the way. Those type of vistas, those type of scenery, and mesmerizing views is all the way up. Driving up is really an adventure. The road is, as you can see, and Tanya and I try to film most of that. It features really sharp hairpins, one after another, really steep grades. And if you take a look here, that's a sheer drop to the left, and probably around 300 or 400 feet down is the other, hairpin that turned around, and after that another one. So it's really intimidating. That road is intimidating. Safety should be and really is a top priority. There are designated brake checks, and on the way down, I'm going to actually stop and film a little more on those designated brake checks. It's essential to use lower gears and descent properly to prevent overheating. And you guys should always check your vehicle before the trip. I am kind of paranoid about the vehicle, the maintenance, and everything to go properly. And you should know that there is requirements for at least 3/4 of a fuel tank before you start the climb up, for many reasons. Best time to visit would be, after the snow goes away. That would be May to late October. That's fully, then the road is fully open. Yes, it's open during the winter, but there are sections that you can't really go, you can't really pass. Another important element, that the Pikes Peak is also the home of a really legendary thingy, at least for me. That's the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, which we all call the Race to the Clouds. And it's been actually active since 1916, if you can imagine. This is, and because I'm history buff, this is the second organized event like that in America after Indianapolis 500. So it's not the whole Pikes Peak Highway. It's only around 12, 13 miles, I think. I'm going to take a look and see, but it has well over 150 turns, and the elevation climb is about 5,000 feet. And now with the introductions of the electric vehicles, that now, I mean, it was phenomenal when they dropped that under 10 minutes. It's just insane. I can't tell you. They dropped it under 10 minutes, and now it's under 8 actually, and most of the electric vehicles are doing that. But it was Romain Dumas in I think 2018 that achieved that phenomenal result. The Frenchman did a fantastic job. So at the summit there is visitor center, which is really nice. I'm going to show that. And look at another biker is going down. That bicyclist went up and it's now down. Um, the, the those people are heroes for me. I gotta tell you that's insane, Clyde. But anyway, so we are taking Freddie today to our Land Cruiser 250 up, but the previous times, and actually, I think 2 or 3 times, I'm not certain. I'll ask Tanya. 2 or 3 times we went to the summit before 2012 when they paved the entire road. This was a dirt road. Yes, it's maintained, but it was still how they did it in 1915. So I can't help it but compare the two vehicles, and they're very different vehicles. Although our Roger the LX 470 is a pompous Land Cruiser 100 series, and this is Land Cruiser 250. They are quite different. So one is a V8 naturally aspirated engine with a 4-speed automatic transmission, and we love it to death. We've been driving it for 20 something years now, and it's doing phenomenally. And the other is a brand new technology. Everything's new. First, it has half of that engine. So it's 2.4, but it's a turbo and it's a hybrid. There is a 48 horsepower electric motors, which is sandwiched between the transmission, which is 8-speed transmission now, and the engine, as I said, 2.4 turbo engine. So I cannot really help but making those comparisons. Although we drove Roger the LX 470 for over 20 years, I can tell you this Land Cruiser 250 is slowly becoming our most favorite car. And Tanya and I drove a lot of cars. Just look at the vistas, guys. I gotta stop what I planned to tell you, but look at that. The vistas, the views, the scenery is magnificent when you get to the top. So I will be making more comparison between the vehicles, but we kind of gave a new life to our Roger the LX 470, and now it's an overlander for even way tougher trails in Colorado, while the Land Cruiser 250 will become our long distance overlander for trips. And we've already planned to go to LA. We plan to go to Montreal and a couple of places further east. So Freddie will be the main one that we will be doing the long hauls, and Roger the LX 470 will be the ones to actually we are going to use for the fantastic off-road trails which Colorado and neighboring states, Arizona, Utah, and New Mexico, and Wyoming are offering. Okay, so here it is. We are at the top. This will be, in a moment, you're going to see the visitor center right there. That is, it's a 2-story magnificent facility with all the bells and whistles for tourists. I have all the cups and hats and mugs and pins that you can imagine. I'm absolutely a kid when it comes to these tourist places. I think they made them for me. I am their target market, and they're killing it, and I'm killing it because I love it. And everyone in the family gets something. But anyway, I hope you like those trips that Tanya and I are making. Please comment, like, share, subscribe. We're here for you, and we'll be making those trips so we can enjoy them together. Thank you so much, and have a great day.